Diving underneath that minute reserve time, but Chen was available, so they'll happily take it for themselves. And we did see this in series number 1, but that was from TNC, I believe it was, running the Chen lineup. Didn't really work in TNC's favor. See how it works out for Fnatic.
Seconds remaining.
And RR now.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, they're really out of time. There's not going to be much left for this final ban and pick phase. That's going to be coming out very, very soon.
Fnatic's turn to play.
And it will be the Abaddon. Alright, so now you've got a decent way of disabling that lasso, right? You've got the Aphotic Shield, great counter towards that Batrider. You're always going to have to be thinking about where that Abaddon is if you are Fnatic. But they don't even think about it. They go into an Alchemist. And that's just a great pick here from Fnatic. Because now you don't even have to worry about that Abaddon. You don't have to worry about that Weaver. They'll probably never get the chance to even be online to really be able to fight up against this Alchemist. An Alchemist couldn't really care less about an Abaddon pick at all. It can be a little bit annoying in lane, but Savage will just farm up. You'll be fine. And you still do have the option, to have the Moon Alch if you really want. But I do believe it will probably be a safe lane. However, RR seem to think the other way. They think that it is going to be a mid Alch, and Fnatic is going to choose another safe lane pick. I don't know about that. I do believe Fnatic are looking for another mid hero now for Moon. I think it's perfectly fine to just put the Alchemist safe lane. And it is 23 Savage, right? Like, the man loves farming. There's no better hero to farm on than an Alchemist. But they'll take a bit of a think over this last pickup now. Fnatic looking to make that final ban. I believe they are looking to ban out some kind of safe lane pick or even just a mid pick here for RR. And in fact, it should be the mid hero for Alacrity. It's kind of hard to see what they could run, to be perfectly honest with you, on the side of RR, because there's not really much that deals well with an Alchemist. They'll ban out the Meepo, just to make sure they don't get cheesed. And Fnatic, with this final pick now, will reveal where this Alch is going.
Seconds remaining.
18 seconds reserve time if they really want it as well.
5 seconds remaining.
But this could be an even faster game than game 1, honestly. With a Chen Alch. Could be very, very tough for RR to deal with.
Dire team pick.
And they will go for the Void Spirit. So that should be a mid Void Spirit coming out for Moon. That's going to really set a pace for the side of Fnatic. And I think that's exactly what they needed. Just someone who can start setting a pace early on. Once you've hit that level 6 or 7, on this Void Spirit, you just roam around. You start finding kills. Group up with your Batrider. Find a kill down a bot lane. Obviously, you have the Earthshaker there on DJ. He can always rotate mid and secure a kill on whatever's going to be in the mid lane for RR. And it just makes it even harder for this dire side to fight back. I mean, you do have some decent defense in the Treant Protector, so you have a way of delaying the push that is to come out from Fnatic, but it's honestly not that good on its own. And RR, they need to fight fire with fire, so they go back into a TA now for Alacrity, and that's one way to fight back up against that Void Spirit. The TA doesn't care for the damage that the Void Spirit does pump out. But you are still up against the Batrider. You are going to have probably a Radiance coming out on the Alchemist. And that can make Alacrity's life a little bit harder. We'll see how it all pans out, though. Like, it should be a pretty nice game number 2 coming up for us soon. And we'll head over to the full screen. Again, RR would really not like to finish this off 0-2 and go into the next series if they could avoid it. You at least want to try and get a draw going for yourself. Well, we should be getting to this game very, very soon. Like, this loading screen is taking a very, very long time. My goodness. And last game around, we did see a 5-man bounty being placed on the Pangolier of Hustler. And they did find it before the game even started, sub 1 minute mark, or sub even 0 minute mark. It was before the bounty rune spawned. I wonder if we'll see a similar thing happening here from Fnatic. I can't believe they actually ended up getting all those bounties on DJ. And apparently we have some bounties coming out. It's going to be the Rubik this time. In fact, no, never mind. They go for the TA. But the TA bounty may have been a mistake there from Savage, as all the rest are going back onto Hustler. .23 Savage actually going to walk straight past Hustler.
"30 seconds to battle."
But this time around, Hustler will make the smart decision and just back out of there. Drew. Gonna go for a bit of a banner and swipe up at the top lane. And Ice Slice, there's no way he can really defend this bounty rune. He just kind of has to let it go. Tries to steal the other one, but it looks like Nuts does manage to pick it up, but it'll still be a 2-for-2 trade. There is a lot of harassment being dealt to this Void Spirit, however. And it's something I don't really talk about. I thought it was going to be a mid Void Spirit on Moon, but instead it looks like they've opted for the mid Bat Rider. Which is actually a much smarter decision, because again, the Void Spirit does not enjoy going up against that TA. But Moon on the Bat Rider certainly will. He does not care for refraction at all. Just Firefly through it. Lackery has to be very careful with how much sticky napalm he does take this early on. He was aware that this was going to happen to him though, so he did bring out an early stick for himself. But once you do hit that level 2 mark on the Bat Rider, it doesn't matter if you have a stick or not. The Firefly will just do so much damage. Meanwhile, top lane, DJ currently being chased down by Nuts. Nuts does go for the Orb of Venom build on the tree, and so can do some substantial damage here, but DJ does have the brown boots as well. Meanwhile, bot lane, Jabs ends up finding Hustler's Courier. Nice little snipe there from Jabs to get himself started. And we are going to have a pause coming out as it looks like Alacrity's DC'd. And top lane, oh, that is a nice Fisher coming out from DJ. Sakuchi's on cooldown as well. This could be a first blood coming out from Fnatic. In fact, it definitely should be, but that Sakuchi, if it comes off soon enough, they won't have the time to finish him. But you do have the Resonant Pulse to follow up. So they really just need 1 or 2 auto attacks into Drew, followed by the Resonant Pulse, and that'll be enough. They do say go. Drew will be able to Sukuchi away, however. Ice only able to get one auto attack in and doesn't bother with the Resonant Pulse.
Radiant's courier has been
And
killed.
Ice will lose his courier with his set of tangos and 2 mangoes on there. Speaking of, Ice does keep moving in, eventually dying to nuts on that Treant Protector, but DJ finds a trade, and meanwhile Moon does end up getting the TA in the mid lane. Hit that level 3 mark, had the level 2 Sticky Napalm and the level 1 Firefly. And it's just more than enough damage here for the Batrider.
Tower is under attack.
And Alacrity's just going to have to really put up with this the whole laning stage. In fact, it may just get to the point where Alacrity just leaves the lane and just secures jungle farm the whole time. So every time Firefly is off cooldown and Moon sees the advantage, he's going to go for it. Especially assuming DJ makes a rotation later on. Gets a nice Fisher off on Alacrity. Makes it that much harder for the TA. But those are some nice side blades flying out there from Alacrity. But they may not matter as Moon pops the Firefly. No TP's coming in to help him out. And Moon will secure the kill once again on the TA and just deny himself off. He gets the courier on top of that to make matters even worse. That is just perfect play from Moon. He got everything he wanted. And again, I just don't believe they should bring the TA back. Either switch out the lanes, or just secure jungle farm if you're Alacrity, because there's just no way to farm this lane. Make matters worse, he has to run his way back because he just used his TP and ended up dying so quickly. But Moon may find him a third time if he does secure lane farm instead. And he's not gonna. He's gonna go into the jungle. Definitely the smarter decision. Savage having a decent old time in the bot lane as well. Not really being slowed down too much here by this core Baron, as well as the Rubik. They're trying their absolute best, and now with the Curse of Avernus, they could try and chase him down a little bit. In fact, nice lift back, but Savage, he just ends up finding a kill there onto Hustler. Now KYXY gonna try and man fight in the Acid Spray, but it does not work out. Savage mans up. Oh, and that is disastrous for RR. So close yet so far.
Top tower is under
Savage really pushing this hero to the limit. On the brighter side, at least RR does kill off Ice in the off lane. But we've seen this multiple times from Ice. He doesn't care about dying like that. For him, it's all about making space for the team. So as much as he's concerned, if the Alchemist is farming, his job is done.
is under attack.
You look at that mid lane. Moon looking for Alacrity right now. Alacrity has been doing the smart thing, just remaining in the jungle, but the problem is the farm is just so much slower. Just the only option he has. And as soon as Moon sees him, you see those sticky napalms starting to come out immediately. Firefly is there. He has Lasso with the Flame Break. Alacrity is just going to die again. No TP rotations coming out from the side of RR, and they just can't help him. They go on to Ice instead up at the top lane, but Ice is fighting back. Nuts is going to go down to the aggro of the T1 tower, and now a nice Fisher into an Aether Remnant. Drew trying to Sakuchi away. He is underneath the sentry, and the T1 tower finds him anyway.
Radiant's
That's an 8-3 lead now for Fnatic in terms of kills. Savage is on top of the last hits board as well on the Alchemist. Needless to say, this is all extremely bad news if you are rooting for RR. They'll bring in the Treant Protector here to try and combat Moon on that Batrider. Bot lane, KYXY, gonna be in trouble once again. Will manage to back off, but this is not the position the Abaddon wants to be in.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
If Jabs and Savage are forcing you out as an Abaddon, it makes it a very, very tough time. The whole point of the Abaddon is to dominate the lane. It is just not happening, however. Meanwhile, DJ currently being chased by Hustler and Nuts. But he's got his Tranquil Boots up, so he'll just be fine to run away. There's no way to catch him. They have finally gone for the lane switch. They've put KYXY in the mid lane now as the Abaddon. Alacrity won't be going down to the bot lane because there's absolutely no point in doing so. He's just way too far behind to contest that bot. He'll just stay in that dire triangle and just remain safe. But the top lane, Drew was getting jumped by Ice Ice Ice, but eventually the swarm comes out and Ice 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 doesn't want to bother with it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Of course, Drew did have help coming in the form of Nuts. Moon could actually go for KYXY if he really wants to, but the Aphotic Shield will purge off all this sticky napalm. Instead, top lane. Ice 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 now getting jumped. Lead sheet is there from Nuts, but of course he could just astral step away. And he will do so. Down at the bot lane, there is posturing around that tier 1 tower. They won't go committing for the full push yet. Just trying to buy Savage more space on this Alchemist. Of course, he is going for the Radiance Rush after the Treads and a Bracer. I'd say he's going to have some pretty nice timing on that Radiance if this keeps up. In fact, we'll have a look at the net worth already, and he is at 4.5k, which is to be expected. But the thing is, this lead is going to go up by so much more, because he's taking no harassment and receiving no form of pressure. And unfortunately with this draft from RR, that pressure they can't really apply it. Like, you could make the argument that perhaps Nuts could go into that jungle and kind of stalk the Alchemist a little bit. But even then, I think Savage is just way too far ahead. And now Alacrity again being caught out here by Moon. And this is another reason why you can't go on to that Alch, because you've always going to be worried about what Alacrity's doing. And he does go down before, well, he does actually get the kill on Moon before he dies. But I think Moon is still perfectly fine with all that. As long as the TA is not farming. There's no way to set a pace here for RR. Drew's not going to be able to do it on the Weaver. They'll just continue to slowly chip away at that map. Savage now even taking over the mid lane. Nature's Grasp going to fly out, but of course he's just going to Chemical Rage and walk out of there. Jabs could be in a lot of trouble here as the Chen, however. Nice stomp onto the TA, but a lift back there from Hustler with the trap slow as well. This should be a kill, but oh no, here comes Moon. Straight after Alacrity again. Gets through all the refraction charges, and now the Fisher Alacrity, he's going to die here again. Nature's Grasp out with the Aphotic Shield, still trying to get away, but no. They get the bounty off onto Alacrity. KYXY may actually tick out to this Firefly damage, but no, it does wear off. They do find the trade onto Moon. DJ now chasing down Hustler on the Rubik, who did manage to get the bounty rune for his team. And they may actually secure a kill onto Nuts here as the Fisher does come in, although it blocks the creeps out, but it doesn't matter. Jabs with the neutral creeps eventually does end up finding the kill. And it's just getting worse as time goes on. So you continue to look back over to Savage. A few hundred gold away from that Sacred Relic. KYXY gonna have his borrowed time popped. Savage wanting to apply pressure there with the double damage onto that tier 1 tower. KYXY, you can't man fight like that, not right now up against Savage. He's just delaying things and buying time. They'll bring in Alacrity now, but Savage will just walk out and get back to farming. Bot lane, however, Hustler does end up dying. Moon ends up getting that kill, and now Drew going to be chased down as well. He had the lasso, but he didn't really want to commit, as you know he has the time lapse available. You wouldn't really get through all the HP of that Weaver with just the Firefly. But Nuts. Aether Remnant doesn't connect. Still Ice 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 does spot him out, but KYXY is here now. He does have the protection of Jabs there, so KYXY does have to be very careful about this. Nuts is also still very low, and now DJ jumps in with... He just walked in. Jabs called him in with the Divine Favor. And DJ just echoes as soon as he makes it through the map. I thought it was a Blink Dagger for a second, but it's just way too early of a timing for a Blink. And the Divine Favor is one you'd never really expect to come out to bring in an ES for an Echo Slam, but that's how it works out. Great positioning there from Jabs, just to ensure he got DJ in the right position. And that makes it a 14-6 with this 5k net worth lead here for the side of Fnatic. Alacrity is slowly inching his way closer to that Desolator pickup. I believe he does have one Mithril Hammer on the way, but he needs it faster than that. And even after that Deso, he's going to need more. In fact, bot lane Hustler ends up dying once again in this Batrider mid. Just Moon, such a dominant force in this game so far. There's the Radiance. On the way for Savage. Alacrity's going to be able to spot this out, but it's all too late now. Meanwhile, Nuts trying to contest Ice, but there's going to be a Fissure coming in from DJ. Nuts trapped in his tree line. He is going to Nature's Grasp and try to fight back here with the Overgrowth, but well, he has Alacrity coming in. There are still quite a few heroes here from Fnatic. Ice, however, will die. Jabs coming in with Savage, though Savage going to end up stunning himself. And ultimately, RR does find a decent pick-off, although the Aether Remnant was still around, and Jabs will take a free kill for himself. Meanwhile, DJ actually ends up dying in the northern tree line. Alacrity picks up that kill on the TA. That's a bit of a shame for DJ. He was so close to picking up that full Blink Dagger. Now he'll be about 200 gold off that. And oh, Hustler, don't walk up that staircase right now, sir. TPs are coming in from the side of Fnatic, and Jabs setting up another kill with the Chen. And with that Radiance up, like, of course Savage is going to keep farming up, but he can definitely start grouping up with his team a little bit and taking these early team fights. There's no need to give RR a way back into this game through farming on that Weaver.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Look at Moon, he's almost got that Yule Scepter up now, so he's going to be able to guarantee just pick someone off, Yules them up, get the lasso off, and it's just going to be a very, very easy kill. Hustler again on the Rubik, going to have a bit of a struggle here up the top lane as Unstable Concoction will come in. The Radiance Burn still ticking him out, but no, he had the stick charges. He will survive that time around. However, I can't say the same for this tree mid lane, who is currently being dragged away by a lasso. Nuts is on fire. He is running with that Leech Seed, but it is not going to be enough. Moon once again picking off another hero across the map. That's actually going to be his 8th kill of the game already. And on the brighter side for RR, you do at least have the Desolator up now on Alacrity, but again, that's just not going to be enough. He needs at least the BKB now to try and contest the Alchemist. KYXY, borrowed time going to be popped. Moon just going to follow him down. And once that borrowed time's over, KYXY, just a sitting duck. He'll run to the Roshan pit, but Ice will hold him down with the Aether Remnant. And even bot lane Drew trying to run away, but Jabs right on top of him, has the permastun if he wants it, and he does get it with the Fissure there, and the Echo of DJ to secure the kill. Just ensuring no time-lapse can be expended. That makes it a 20-8 now, as Moon... Oh, he's going to find Alacrity. He has the lasso. You can't TP out of there. He had the Yules anyway, just in case. Alacrity going to die. And in all honesty, I'm not going to be surprised if they call GG again very, very soon. It's just such a dependent draft on this TA. RR needed Alacrity to have a good lane, but it just did not pan out that way. Now Fnatic going to take a very, very early Roshan. absolute domination thus far. RR are going to try and contest. You do have a Weaver who can Sakuchi around and make it hard, though Drew gets caught out now. Time-lapse will be expended. Savage gets a stun off on KYXY, but he will shield up and walk away. They are slowing down this Roshan. It gives time for Alacrity to be back up. And Fnatic, in fact, will just leave the Roshan alone. They have Lasso up in about 24 seconds from now, so they can try to initiate another team fight if they really want to. Ice. Sees Alacrity and Hustler around. Does have Savage there to help out if necessary. Smoke up from Fnatic. It will be broken there onto Nuts, and Nuts unfortunately shows himself now. DJ going to be able to get a very easy Fisher off, and of course, you have the Pat Rider there now. Nuts commits the overgrowth, but Moon is just going to be fine, and he will just walk through and clean up. And even top lane, there is a jump now into Savage, but how do you kill this man? He's got a Sergeant Yasha up now on that Alchemist, just really ready to fight. He's just man-fighting Alacrity right now, who's doing a decent job, but not a good enough job apparently, as Drew time lapses but gets lassoed as well, and that Weaver's going to die very, very easily. And now KYXY going to get chased down. He'll be burnt alive. And it's going to be a full team wipe after this one. Echo being committed by DJ. He knows he doesn't need the Echo in this game. It's unnecessary. And DJ bringing out the Roshan all chat, or rather the team chat. They'll go after the top tier 2 tower. They'll also force in that mid tier 2 tower as well through jabs.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Just be easy pickings or the side of Fnatic. Oh, Alacrity. DJ just taunting the side of RR with that Fisher Ant cancel of the animation. Meanwhile, Moon, speaking of torturing here, Nuts, gonna get caught out. And again, there's just no way out of the situation unless Alacrity does help him, and in fact, the presence of Alacrity will be enough. Moon did not want to risk giving his life away and giving all that golden XP back the way of RR. But now the Roshan is going to be opened up for the side of Fnatic to take. That'll be an Aegis on 23 Savage. He will have the full AC up very, very soon on that Alchemist. And I mean, at least for Drew, he has the Diffusal Blade up.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
See Alacrity still trying to work towards that BKB. And with Moon making the chase down to KYXY. Again, does have Lasso and will end up committing it, but the borrowed time will be popped. Just purging that Lasso off. It won't help the cause anyway, though. He's still stuck in the fire and surrounded by creeps of jabs. Just another easy pickoff. DJ... Oh, I thought he might have just expended the Echo for no reason, but no. And this game is just such a stomp right now. And there's not really much else to say about this. All these teamfights are basically being taken without big Echo slams as well. Drew getting jumped on, though Aether won't really latch on. You do have now Hustler who has stolen the Fisher. That could help them in the next engagement. But again, you are going to be fighting to the AC and Aegis of Savage, who is looping around through the bot tier 2 tower. Blink away from DJ. Nice Fisher onto 2. Savage still looping his way in as Moon finds a kill down at the bot lane onto Nuts. Now Unstable Concoction going to be there onto KYXY. In fact, no, they turn around straight onto Alacrity. He waited till the last second. Nice Fisher out, however, from Hustler. They do find Ice. In fact, Moon giving Ice the tip.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But after that Ice kill, they don't really have another option. Savage will happily take that tier 2 tower in the mid lane.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And now onto the bot tier 2.
Dire's bottom tower
Just
is under
as long as you've got unstable concoction around, there's nothing to be chemical rage available. There's nothing to be afraid of here for Savage. Moon just across the map finding Drew on the Weaver. 20k net worth lead for Fnatic, and KYX are going to try and fight up against Savage right now. Concoction going to fly out onto Nuts instead. There's the Chemical Rage being popped as well as the Hand of God, and now a great fish route from DJ just blocking Nuts in. He does overgrowth but will die anyway. KYXY even being chased down by the POS 5 Chen. Savage, do you really want to just go high ground? Yeah, he does. Through backdoor protection even. Still holding on to that Aegis, just slowly ticking away. And RR just don't have any of the answers to stop this Alchemist. They do have a BKB up now on Alacrity, but this could be the final ditch team fight if this one fails. And Assault Cuirass is up on Jabs now, apparently. Which is kind of insane considering he's a POS 5 Chen. There is going to be a jump now onto Moon. This will be a nice pick off to start with, though. Here comes Ice, jumping and clearing up Nuts. Now they also end up finding KYXY so darn quickly. And Alacrity, even through the BKB, just being slowed up by Ice. Now the Fisher comes in, and DJ, he has all the stun necessary to lock them down. And they have called the GG at 23.5 minutes into this game. They wanted to just try one last team fight in their own base with that 10-second BKB charge on Alacrity. Unfortunately for an RR, it does not pan out, and they will go 0-2 up against the side of Fnatic. Though in all fairness, that was probably one of the harder matchups you could have asked for to start off this BTS Pro Series 2 for RR. And luckily for RR, they will have a secondary chance because now they'll be able to go into a next BO2 series up against Adroit, which will be coming up in just a moment. About 20 minutes from now, we'll have that third series of the day up. And yeah, RR versus Adroit coming up after this one. It is MLP Dota. John X Fire will be back with me for the next two series, of course. And again, it should be roughly around 20 minutes. There'll be a timer on the screen, and we'll see you guys then.